Today I wanted to film an eyeshadow look using a more affordable palette. So I used the Ulta Beauty Rose Gold palette. I believe this retails for $20, but it has 12 incredibly pigmented shadows in it. It has 6 shimmers and 6 mattes. Like I said, they're very pigmented. It's a really good palette, especially for the price, and I achieved this look using only that palette. And so if you'd like to see how I did that, just keep watching. I'm going to start out by using Breathless, which is this shade right here, as my transition shade. I'm going to put that just above my crease. I'm going in with a very, very light hand because these shades are extremely pigmented and I don't want to go too heavy to begin with. I'd rather start light and sort of have to build up the pigment. And now right underneath that color, I'm going to go in with the shade Dessert, which is this brown shade right here, right next to Breathless. And again, like I said before, a very, very light hand. And now I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I used with Breathless and blend that line out a little bit. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect Foundation, and I'm going to use that instead of concealer to carve out my eye. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it as if I was going to do a full cut crease. The easiest way that I found, at least for me personally, to do this is to draw the whole line out and then bring it down to fill in the space. That way I can get the smoothest line that I possibly can. And now just to define that line a little bit more, I'm going to go in with a very small angled brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of Dessert again and just go right along that line to help define it even more. And now pretty much within the space that I just carved out, I'm going to create a spotlight eye. So I'm going to go in with the shade Breathless. This time I'm going to go a little bit heavier with it to really get to the mauve color. And I'm going to work in the outer corner as well as the inner corner. And just so that I don't lose that line that I previously made, I'm going to go in again with that small angled brush, and I'm going to take Dessert and tap into the shade Sweetheart, which is the darker shade right next to it, and I'm going to use that to define that line a little bit more. And then I'm going to take a small eyeshadow brush and dip into Sweetheart again just one time. And I'm going to go right above that line very, very lightly. And now I'm going to go back to working on the spotlight eye. So this is Breathless. And now right between where I just put Breathless on the inner and the outer corner, I'm going to carve out the spotlight shape. I just realized I've been saying spotlight and I meant to say halo. Now right where I carved out that halo shape, I'm going to take the shade Hopeless Romantic, which is this purple shimmer shade right here. And I'm going to use a flat shadow brush. Switch it with a little bit of my Make It Last setting spray. And pack that shadow on right on top of that foundation. Now to brighten that up just a little bit, I'm going to take the shade Champagne, which is this like gold shimmer shade right here. And I'm going to put that on my pinky. And I'm going to put that just in the center of where I just put Hopeless Romantic. Now at this point the baby is on my lap and she's using a bottle to keep her busy, so that noise got all in this clip. So I'm taking the shade Breathless on the same brush that I used it on before, and I'm going to blend out the edges of where I just put those two shimmer shades. Now from the palette, I'm taking the shade Pink. And I'm going to use that shade to highlight the inner corner and my brow bone. And I guess this is my weird signal to myself to say that I'm going to go do my other eye off camera. I went ahead and did the other eye, did my mascara, threw on some highlight, and this is the finished look.